Tinhorn Flat Saloon, a very historical restaurant here in the Burbank area. And as we told you a few days ago, we were going to be live here, not because it's a beautiful part of Southern California, but it's also, well, a city under crisis, and a business that's under crisis from the lockdown here in California. Hello, everybody. Brian Glenn here, reporting for you today on this Saturday afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the Marjorie Mallory Green episode that we had earlier today. Liz Willis carrying that coverage. We appreciate you hanging with us throughout the day. So let me set the scene here. This restaurant, since the COVID outbreak last spring, has been under lockdown. They were, complied with all the state regulations, but then at one point they decided they can no longer do that, reopened, and well, now you have what you have. They've been shut down for months now, and they can't seem to get everything together to reopen. We're going to talk to the owner here in a little bit. We're going to talk to people along the street. Let's show what we have here. I mean, we're used to seeing crowds like this in Florida, but today, well, we got them here in Southern California, and we're going to talk about the economy here. We're going to talk about taxes here. We're going to talk about that governor that we've been to recall Newsom rallies before in this state. We're going to talk about the governor. We're going to talk about what can be done to save this state from really higher taxes. How you doing? We're live on the air. Hang on just one second. I'll talk to you in just a second. I want to talk to you. Higher taxes, government lockdown here. Small businesses have been suffering. I got in earlier today, drove my usual up and down some of the touristy places here in Southern California along Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard, and I would say probably 35 to 40% of the businesses look like they've already closed. They closed down, and so it's very sad as that is there you go. A lot of fans here from Southern California, and we're going to talk about just how popular not only right side is out here on the West Coast, but how popular conservative and how popular Trump is here in Southern California, as a lot of people think that he carried a lot of counties here. So we'll talk to them about that. But I want to bring in Holly. Let's get Holly over here. Holly, let's go ahead and... Now, I found out about this rally, this young lady right here.
Right here.
Come on in, Holly. Now, we met on Facebook. Yeah. Before you probably got shadow banned and kicked off Facebook. Hello. Yeah. But let's talk about why these people here today, and how did this get to this point here? Because I know that you said earlier at about 3:30 West Coast time, more and more people will come out. But how did this come up, this whole rally?
Well, get ready. Starting in July, first we're in Adam Schiff's district, right? Can't stand Adam Schiff. We had to get him out. So I backed Eric Early for congressman, right? And we needed a place to host conservatives to vote. And so the only place that was open in Burbank was Tinhorn Flats, because they had a patio. And the minute I posted it on the city of Burbank, they started doxing us, because I didn't know the city of Burbank's website was socialist. And these socialists have gathered and made a group, and they go after any conservative that's out there, right? And so I went on with Eric Early's campaign, and Tinhorn Flats kept getting doxxed. They kept having photos on Burbank bigots, and they started putting photos of me on Burbank bigots.
Let's explain what Burbank bigots is. Burbank bigots is is really a page that exposes conservatives that live in the city of Burbank. So you're just a conservative. You don't have a criminal record or anything like that. You're just a conservative. And keep in mind, folks, like Burbank, just miles away from here, is really the epicenter of entertainment. You have all the studios are headquartered here, movie studios, you got NBC, you got the television broadcast studios. So this is the epicenter of really entertainment. So there's a lot of people here that you would think that would be straight up, they're liberal, and they're kind of, they don't want, they're maybe a closet conservative, right? So let's talk about that. We'll get that in just a second. How many people are afraid to come out publicly and say they support Tinhorn and they support Trump? So, okay, so how did we get to today? This movement just slowly built.
What ended up happening is they kept doxing Tinhorn Flats. They closed them down. Then November, I think they opened them up again, and then they went to close them down again. And the guy's going, half the businesses in Burbank went out of business. Okay, they can't live like that. And Lucas said, you know what? I'm not closing down. We're ripping off the masks. We're taking a stand for freedom, for our Constitution. We, the people, are taking our city back, and it just brought steam on.
And we saw that with Shelley Luther, the hair salon owner there in the Dallas area, did the same thing. And she came to a point where she could no longer stay closed down. She had to open up because she has to make a living and her employees need jobs. And we all understand that. So we'll talk to Lucas here in just a second, but we've got probably maybe 100 or so people out here now. A very colorful group. We've got signs. We've got the first Trump banner I've seen over there. A lot of people defending the right for freedom, and that's really what this is all about.
We, the people, are taking a stand, just like Linwood tells us, Mike Lindell tells us, everybody tells us, Trump tells us. We, the people, have to take our country back. It starts first with your home, then your city, then your town, then your county, then your state, then the United States. Yeah. Americans need to stand.
Yeah. Okay, talking about the America needs to stand, everyone needs to share this post right now. We have seen such a suppression on our Facebook page, our YouTube, all of our social media. We're not getting the likes and we're not getting the views we typically have gotten. So if you could please share this broadcast, we would appreciate it, and get the word out. Tag a friend. Hey, if you're watching us from California, put in the comments here, what do you want changed about your state? What is wrong with the state? If you could change anything right now, what would that be? So put that in the comments section. We'll read that a little bit later, because today's episode is about you, California. It's about getting the state open. It's about getting back to 100% freedom here in the state. And we'll talk about, we got a governor race going on, we have the recall efforts. We're going to talk, and we got one person here today that is running for governor here in the state of California. We'll talk to her about that. But let's talk about that true patriot, Mike Lindell. Hey, Mike Lindell is making it happen, and you can help him with your wallet, help him defend our freedoms, our liberty. Go to mypillow.com, and put in the promo code RSBN at checkout and get up to 66% off. I don't know about you, but that's a substantial discount. And that's, we all love Mike. And of course, it helps him, and those proceeds come back to help us here at Right Side Broadcasting, to help do things that we're doing here today. So, on this Saturday, take a little time out of your schedule, go to the website, mypillow.com. Who likes Mike Lindell here? Make some noise. Hey, Mike Lindell. We love Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell. So if you want to support Mike, and indirectly,
Right Side Broadcasting.
There you go. And when you want to support Mike, you'll inadvertently support us as well. So how many My Pillows do you own? You own a My Pillow?
I do not own mine.
Oh, we're gonna get you a My Pillow. We're gonna get you a My Pillow.
The bed topper.
The
Hello.
bed topper. Hello.
We're stacking them.
Who's got a dog around here?
Yes, that's a bed.
All right, you got a dog bed for you. You got a dog. Your dog will sleep so well at night. There you go.
I've always wanted to do an interview with
Well, we're going to do one here in the program. I promise you, we're going to do it with Mike Lindell. Oh, you don't want me? You want Mike Lindell?
No. I didn't say one.
I know. I want to interview you here in a second. Anyway, so go to. You got it. We're going to cut that out. No, we're not. Go to mypillow.com, put in the promo code RSBN, and get we are live, up to 66% off your entire order. Thank you, Mike Lindell. Thank you, everybody watching us. Let's tag it. Okay, so we're going to walk across the street here in a second. Let me get with Lucas. Where's Lucas at? Hang on just 1 second. I promise you. I'm going to talk to you. I promise you.
We love you.
There it is. Look.
Broadcasting, they've done everything. Trump rallies, everything. They've traveled all across this country. They're the best. And there goes Lucas, the main man.
I'm not ready for Lucas yet. I like this promo for RSBN. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're doing a great job. No, so you like our network, obviously.
Oh, I love it. I watched it this morning.
There you go. See?
Yeah. They this morning and then yesterday, they did something in
we're in West Palm Beach, right?
West Palm Beach, yes.
A Trump rally.
I'm so sorry that y'all got canceled for 2 weeks.
I know.
We're
back though. We're back though. We just got to be very careful what we say so we can stay on. All right, Lucas, why don't you come over here, and then we're gonna play a human game of Frogger. Yeah, well, that's okay. We're here now, though.
I'm such a big fan.
We're here now, though. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Hey, Mom.
Mom's watching right now. Why don't you pick up your phone? Oh, okay, we'll call a friend. Okay, so here we go. Lucas, you're the owner of Tinhorn Flats. Great, long-standing business here in Burbank. Walk me through this process where we're at here today, where, we've got a couple hundred people standing here. What happened?
Well, currently I'm the non-legal owner of Tinhorn Flats. That's what I like to call myself. My father is actually the legal owner of Tinhorn Flats. He's owned it for about 18, 19 years now. And so we did close down during the first lockdown back in March a year ago. And then for the very short period of time when we were able to open up indoor dining in the summer, it was just not the same anymore. Everyone's just afraid to come out of their house, spend any money because a lot of people are unemployed, and just overall business was in shambles. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And then right when things started looking good and we hear, wow, there's another lockdown. Oh my gosh, there's no way we couldn't survive it. So it's either we lose the business because we go out of business, not able to afford it, or we just stay open and just risk it, These whole lockdowns, we did comply during the first lockdown. We more or less complied with the second lockdown too. I mean,
The third one was.
the second and third one, I've lost track how many lockdowns there have been. But the one in November, we still had the masks and the gloves and the 6
Did you have to put the plexiglass up in your place, and did you have to install? Did you have expenses installing like extra stuff for protection per the request of the state and county officials?
We bought thermometers. We bought a bunch of signs and health code stuff. We did not have the plexiglass because it was only outdoor dining. We didn't have it up at the bar. We'd have a bar outside.
Okay.
But it's just we wouldn't have been able to make it, so we had to stay open, and we completely complied. We thought that everything was unconstitutional, unfair, and just against the odds of small businesses to survive. I mean, you're able to go to Lowe's and buy a leaf blower, but you're not able to come on by and have a cheeseburger at your own table that's wiped down and everything.
And that's just not you guys. That's up and down. All of California had the same regulation. So everyone shut down. I went to outdoor dining. I've been in the state 2 or 3 times since the lockdowns for COVID. I can tell you it's very difficult when you drive up and down any really main street here in Southern California. There's a lot of out of business signs, a lot of for lease signs, a lot of plywood put up in the windows and stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to walk over there in just a second. I want to show you exactly what the local authorities have done to this gentleman's business. You would think that they were anticipating some type of insurrection here, or Cat 5 storm with the sandbags loaded up. Something. It is absolutely insane. Now, and I want you to share that story when we get over here. Let's see if we can cross without getting hit by a car. Gage, would somebody make sure that Gage and kind of, we're going to try to attempt to cross over the street here for a second. All right, here we go. All right, guys, we are on the corner of Magnolia here, and it looks like Naomi Street here in Burbank. Let's go over here. We got a nice little crowd over here. Hi, everybody. All right. So we're looking at the side of the restaurant. But I want to come over here. Let's come over here.
Right side broadcasting.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Love you. All right. Thank you. All right. See if we can get a shot. First, let's get a shot. There's an amazing sign. You got an amazing logo, amazing sign. All right, Lucas, take us down here. Obviously, this is the front door, right?
The front door is completely boarded up with a bunch of sandbags. There's probably locks on there too on the inside. In the beginning, I was taking the locks off. I was sawing the locks off.
So you would saw the locks off, and then what would happen after that?
I'd saw the locks off, and then I'd saw the plywood off, and then we'd open up for business. I would rip them off physically, and then I'd open up the doors.
Okay, then what would happen when you would do that?
The first couple times I did it, nothing happened. And then it was April 1st. I did it, ran business, and then that night when I was driving home, I got arrested.
Okay, let's show these sandbags here. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like an obscene amount of sandbags to put up in front of a door for whatever reason. And you would think that you're going to have a flood here later. You've got the board up. They're basically drilled into your building, so unless you have a drill, you're not taking that off. And you've got the sandbags piled up. What else?
Just a complete waste of resources. I mean, they were using $100 locks, these big master locks, and all these screws and this beautiful plywood. I mean, just this fence alone is unfortunately a really nice, expensive fence that's a complete waste of money from tax money.
Because, let's note, Gage, they had to drill into the sidewalk here. Like, this is not just some temporary fence that you put up. Whoever ordered this fence, which we'll talk to someone here in just a second that will walk us through the process, whoever did this had no intention of you ever opening up anytime soon, because you don't put up something like this. Look, we can go down to Texas right now, and walk across the border into Mexico a lot easier than you've got a dadgum fence here that you can't even get into your property. This because you own this building, right?
Right,
You guys own. You don't lease this building.
No. My family owns the building. We own the business. We're the oldest bar in Burbank. I mean, if you notice how close we are to the sidewalk and to the street, we're older than the street. We're older than everything around there. We're a historic bar, and it's really sad to see what's going on here.
It is. Hey, if you're just now joining us, we are live here in Burbank, California, in front of Tinhorn Flats Saloon. Here's the owner, Lucas. They are really under. How long has this been going on? Since November? Officially locked down?
No. It's really gotten serious in the last month.
We've had Tucker Carlson talk about you guys. Sean Hannity talked about you. The great Dennis Plager was out here last week as well. You've gotten a lot of attention from at least national media, right?
Correct. We've been getting a lot of national media, a lot of love, but a lot of hate too. But it is what it is. All we want to tell to the audience is that every business is essential. Every business is essential. Yeah. And we have employees. We have a bunch of things to pay for. We have our personal lives to pay for. And no government should be telling us that picking and choosing which business is essential and not.
Okay, let's see if we can pan around here. We've got some people here gathered, if you hear the horns, that is beeps of support is what we get. And I would probably say there are way more horns of support than they are any other derogatory statement that somebody's making toward us being here today. So we got a lot of support. Now, I would think that your local businesses here, your neighbors, you got a financial place next door. You've got some other, kitchen stuff. You got, there's a lot of retail around here. Nail salon. What do they think about this? Because you know what? Quite honestly, Locust, they could be the next ones that they go in there and lock down.
A lot of the businesses around here are quite silent. They want to stay completely out of it. They don't want to be. They're just afraid.
They're afraid of what, the local government's coming down on them.
Afraid of the local government's coming down on them, and afraid of what other people will think about them.
Yeah. Holly, you and I were talking about early how this area is so dominated by Hollywood. All the production studios, movie studios are just literally blocks away from here. People are afraid to say, look, not only do I support the president, my God, if you do that, which, by the way, take a look at that button right there. It says, I love Trump. Holly made that for me. Love it. She's got one for Mike Lindell as well. But people are afraid to voice their opinion, even about something as simple as keeping your business open.
You would be amazed at how many people at the studios are conservative. All the grips, all the lighting guys, some of the cameramen, they're actually conservative, but they're scared to death to take a stand because it's going to hit them in the pocketbook. And I beg him to come out. I go, please take a stand. And, it's a silent majority that lives on the hillside here in Burbank, and God bless them. They're letting our city be taken over by socialists.
Well, we're going to call out some of the local officials here in just a moment because I want to challenge them right now. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. Come on out. I'll give you the microphone, and we will have a debate on whether or not this business right here has the right to open or not. So I challenge any of the Burbank City Council members. I challenge the mayor. I challenge anybody to come here right now and let's have a debate and talk about, is this right to close this guy's business down? Now, granted, he people will say, and he's in his defense, people will say, well, he didn't comply. He didn't comply when they told him to close down. But you know what? But at the same time, he had to do what he felt was right to really provide for his family. So, and that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what Shelley Luther did in Texas. You have to do what's right for your family because you figure if I close down, I'm going to go out of business anyway. So I might as well try to stay open. And so why they're fighting so hard with all this, I don't understand. All right, so
I spoke with the city council member. His name's Constantine Anthony. He's a radical socialist. We call him Constipated Anthony because he's the blockage. And I spoke to him directly.
There's a little bit of a conflict. This gentleman right there in the maroon sweater, I guess, doesn't like freedom and liberty. And, of course, he's going to get a little escort out of here, I would imagine. But that's what I don't understand, Holly. When people come by and get vocal about it, what are you against? Are you against, freedom and liberty?
Getting food. It's like, this is a restaurant. I'm a black woman that wants to eat. And then seeing people like that are against, they have opening a place like this, that's racism because now I can't eat.
I just don't understand what you're against. This is not even a political statement here. Right. This is just, I just want to keep my business open.
Right there is open. Taco Bell right down the street right there is open right now. This restaurant cannot open. Why? Why? And this makes no sense. Because I used to live in Compton, but I don't live in Compton, Burbank. I don't live in Burbank anymore, but I'm here to support, because if it can happen to you, it can happen to me. Because I have a small business out of my house, and so I support you, because this can happen anywhere to anybody at any time for any reason. If first is for something small, it can be for anything. So I support you. I love you. I came from Compton. Much respect to you.
Yeah. Well, God bless you for coming out here, and thanks for liking Right Side. Hey, high five on that.
Right Side. Well, why? Because I've been to a couple of Trump rallies. I was like, wait, where's Right Side? Up there they are. I always give you guys a shout out. I miss Liz Willis.
Yeah, we missed Liz Willis too. She was down
yesterday in Florida.
Yeah, she was down a little bit today. We'll get a selfie before we leave. Okay, we got to make sure we do that. I want to bring this gentleman in right here, because we were talking about the court aspect of all of this, and really where we stand today. And this fence right here is a direct violation of what the judge said should happen here. The local officials really went around the judge and defied his orders.
Yeah, absolutely. I did a Freedom of Information request.
By the way, your first and last name and who you're with.
Right. My name is Nick Yaya, and I'm with the Free America Podcast.
Okay.
So you can find that at freeamericapodcast.com. And so I've been helping out Lucas in my own regard. I'm kind of an amateur legal expert. I kind of study the law. So I decided to do a FOIA request with the city of Burbank. And what they sent me back was a series of documents, legal documents that have been filed over the course of the last several months. And this most recent one, dated April 9th, which gives the city the authority to, the judge granted a preliminary injunction, right? So that's what it's called. So, but in it, it says, the judge says that under the circumstances here, I'll read it to you. The court is also not inclined to authorize the city to use additional enforcement mechanisms to preclude Barfly, this is Tinhorn,
Right.
from doing business such as termination of water or natural gas service.
Which, by the way, they turned off their water and they turned off their gas and they put up a fence. So that's all a direct violation of what the judge ordered.
So what they did initially, right, so they shut off the power, and then Tinhorn brought in generators to produce the power. And then the judge said, look, you can turn off the power, you can bolt the doors, you can put padlocks on the doors, but nothing else. And he says, because at some point, says the court questions the wisdom of creating a situation where Barfly's agents add water and propane tanks. Moreover, the city's request to barricade the premises, in the court's view, leads to concerns about emergency responder access and the potential for entrapment. At some point, the city suggested enforcement mechanisms present their own public health and safety risk, not only to Barfly and his patrons, but to the surrounding neighborhood as well.
Yeah, we'll walk the neighborhood here in just a second, because I want to get an idea of what the neighbors think about all this. I would imagine if I lived behind a bar, just being honest with you, it might get a little annoying sometimes if it's a night with the noise, just saying. Right. But they may love the fact that this guy is here and he's standing up for freedom and liberty. I want to find out. I don't want to go knock on somebody's door, but have you talked to any of the neighbors?
I have not talked to any of the neighbors, but I do know that this establishment has been here since 1978, and they've had a conditional use permit since then. It was reissued in 2011. And what the city has done is they've revoked the conditional use permit because the county revoked the health permit because they were operating during the lockdowns. Now, I have another document here that says that, same document, different page, which essentially where a county judge, Judge Chalifant, said on December 8th that that there is no cause to for the county to be able to suspend someone's health permits because they have not shown due cause regarding the risk that they provide to the community.
Yeah, so there's no health violation so there's no reason to revoke the license on that because he didn't violate that. Right. Yeah, so everything he's saying here, the local officials have actually done the opposite. Right. Do not erect a fence, the fence is up. Do not cut the power, restrict that, they did that. So what is the motivation, do you think? Is this political? Is this because he might be a conservative or might have supported Donald Trump?
I believe so. I believe this is punitive, and this is an ego battle right now. The city feels as if, and they say it in the documents, they say if we allow this restaurant to openly flaunt the rules, then it presents a health risk to the community where other restaurants might not comply with our orders. but their orders, first of all, are unconstitutional, unjustified, illegal, and on and on and on. So the fact that they're using this to set an example is really going to be their own downfall, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the signs that are up here, Gage. Just Gage, give you an idea. A lot of people supporting. Hey, open up, breathe some oxygen. Get the doors open. Come out here, and of course, we'll talk about this guy right here. Who's in favor of this guy right here? Who likes Gavin Newsom? That's pretty much what I thought I would get out of that.
He's the guy leading it. This is Constantine Anthony. He is an admitted socialist and says on his social media that he wants to shut down small businesses. And so this is his personal pet project, to shut down this small business, to show his power and how he can shut down and kill small businesses in the city of Burbank.
Well, we invite him to come out here today. Let's have a very educated, civil conversation about that. We support all of that. Anyway, so here's the thing. Take down the fence. Let people work. Community, unity, respect, like that. This is the theme here in front of the restaurant. It's really getting people back to work, because if you don't have the ability to do your livelihood and really make a living for your family, I don't know what you have left. Beautiful restaurant, by the way. I love the theme on here. And if let's walk around the side over here, Gage. We'll walk this way real quick. Excuse me, sir. All right, this is very interesting, what I'm going to show you, and I got to admit, I wasn't the one who noticed this. All right, so you have a mural there of the Old West, the stagecoach, going out in the, blazing the trails of the West, and then you got this. You got a fence restricting the great outdoors in the West and the pioneers who, paved the way across the land here in the great desert. But offense is, I just think the irony there is just too much. It's too much. And of course, this is Adam Schiff's district here. We were talking about him earlier. What are the chances of Adam Schiff coming out here and talking to us? Slim to none.
Yeah, he's got his little cronies that started the Burbank Bigots, and they'll come out. You'll see him out circling.
By the way, everyone seems to be a member of the Burbank Bigots. So I'm just going to put out a thing right here. I don't live in the city of Burbank, but if you want to add me to the Burbank Bigots, I would greatly appreciate it. It'd be a badge of honor knowing that I have a target over me because I stand for small business, liberty, freedom, everything that God-given rights that we have. So apparently that makes me a bigot. So add me to the list. Put me on that list to the Burbank Bigots. I'll take it.
Dennis made the page
So
last
Dennis
week.
Prager's on there? Or if the great Dennis Prager's on there, I told you about him.
That's right.
He hung the moon, in my opinion. If Dennis is on there, I want to be on there. So come on. Add me to the Burbank Bigots, somebody. Come out here. Hey, you know what? Whoever runs the Burbank Bigots, I'll give you 5 minutes on the microphone right here that can explain to me what you're all about and what your purpose of that is. I mean, these people hide behind websites.
Yeah, they're just trying to dox us so we can't work. It's really sad. That's why they're trying to scare us. I mean, you saw that yesterday when they took it down on Twitter. They blocked me on Facebook yesterday, 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
It's like, so my voice couldn't get out about Tinhorn. Really?
They tried to tell me on Twitter that it was actually canceled. And I was like, no, not canceled. How you doing? What's your name? Where you from, man?
My name is TJ.
Yes, TJ. What brings you here?
I'm from Fresno. I actually came out to Hollywood today. I organized the Save Our Children rally to march against the child sex trafficking going on. And Facebook, actually, I heard you guys talking about censorship. Facebook took me down at 33,000 followers for promoting this movement around the world.
To save the children.
Yeah, for the Save the Children. But also just, these are a lot of my friends. We were at a lot of the Donald Trump rallies in Beverly Hills, supporting Donald Trump. And,
I'm always amazed when I look at the footage of the turnout in Beverly Hills. It's massive, isn't it? You guys are walking down like Melrose and Rodeo Drive right there?
Yeah, we were right there across from the Beverly Hills Police Department down to Rodeo Drive, and over 5,000 Patriots strong. I didn't think it was possible in Beverly Hills, honestly. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. Well, hopefully, God bless what you're doing, man, because you're definitely.
So I appreciate you coming out here. I'm a huge fan of you guys' work, and you guys, whenever I'm on Facebook, I tune in through your guys' station to watch any type of politics that I watch. Would you mind if I got a picture with you?
Let's do it right here while I'm in the air. And while you're at it, go to our website, rspnetwork.com/donate, and you can help us keep doing this, because that's what we like to do. We bring all this content to you as we get kind of post-election. We're kind of shifting content here, different kind of programming. So without your support, this can't happen. So go to our website, RSB Network, rsbnetwork.com/donate, and give what you can. Or My Pillow. Big fan of My Pillow? My Pillow. Yeah. Mike Lindell. Pillow toppers, dog beds, slippers. It's a beautiful day here. I'd love to have a pair of slippers on here. I would love. Thank you very much. God bless you. I would love to.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
What brings you here today?
Well, I'm David Hernandez. I'm chairman of the Los Angeles Hispanic Republican Club, and we're here supporting, this establishment, just like we were supporting Rob McCoy's church up in Thousand.
Oh, yeah, Rob McCoy. Yeah,
absolutely. And I have a talk show on Mainstream Media on AM 870 radio with our club name, and we had Rob on. We're going to have Lucas on.
McCoy's doing amazing things up here. Talk about a guy who is, they've tried to close his church down, and he keeps fighting it.
Well, we started going there. We were going Shepherd of the Hills. They shut down. Sure. We went out to Calvary Chapel in Chino Hills with Jack Hibbs.
You got some great churches here, by the way, in Southern California. Great churches. When I lived in the Costa Mesa area, I was going to Calvary Chapel there in Costa Mesa. Just some great places.
There's a lot of people that are discouraged, but when I look at how the faith-based community has really rallied, and especially in the Latino community, the Democrats are really nervous right now. 4 years ago, the conservative Hispanic vote was about 16%. Now it's over 27%, and it's growing exponentially. And so people are asking me, well, why is it that so many Hispanics are now starting to step forward, coming out of the shadows as conservatives? And it's, look, what are the three things that this political shutdown has impacted? You've closed our churches, you've closed our public schools, and you've shut down the ability to get up and go to work. Not all Hispanics are able to telecommute. So you look at those three things, and that has just exploded in the Hispanic community.
Is it safe to say that the Hispanic community also is more spiritual? They're more family-based. They're grounded. So when Donald Trump's kind of really stands for all of that, they can relate to him in that aspect.
Well, and that's why they came out. I mean, people were astonished that you had more Hispanics voting for Donald Trump than, say, George Bush. And they thought, George Bush with comprehensive immigration reform, they were going to get the Hispanic vote. Yeah. No, that didn't happen. Yeah. The fact is that when Donald Trump started to address an issue like DACA, because a lot of people would come up, well, how can you support Trump, and what about DACA? I said, have you ever read the DACA order? Right. Most people have never
read it. They've never read it. They don't know.
And so I read it, and I said, wait a minute. You can tell that was a political stunt by Barack Obama, because it excluded the children that needed the most. You had to be over 16 years old in order to qualify. Yeah. And so what about the 14, 13-year-olds? What Donald Trump did, said, okay, I'll sign DACA, but we're going to expand it to all the children. That's why it went from like 800,000 to 1.5 million. So, if there was anybody that was a leader for conservative Hispanics, it was Donald Trump.
What brings you out here today?
Well, just like David is here.
Yeah, you just support everything about freedom, liberty?
Yes, absolutely. I don't think they should be closing down our business, because that's originally why the 13 colonies were fighting against.
No, it's all about your independent liberty. Okay, let's walk across here, see if we can go back across the street, if it's possible. Well, there's a shot here. Let's just get a shot on Naomi Street. I will say this, behind here is a residential area. So there is houses back there. I'd like to talk to some of the neighbors if I can identify, who lives behind here. Because I'd like to find out. Let's see if we can get across here. Let's see, Dennis. Let's see if we can get us across the street here. And I want to talk to you here in just a second. All right. Well, how you doing? We're live on Right Side Broadcasting.
Right on.
Yeah, what brings you here today?
We just heard about this rally going on. We wanted to come out here and support, support everybody out here and just kind of make a difference, let everyone know.
Yeah, you feel like businesses should be able to open, right?
All of them should. We were just talking about it. People still wearing these masks. It's insanity.
Well, yeah. With I know they have to apply by the government, Oh yeah. Well,
I get the restaurants, but outside it was like enough already, man. Let's open up. Let's do things.
How many times have you been to that restaurant right there?
I've never. I'm from San Jose, California.
But you came down here to support.
And I came down to support. I came to visit my brother, and this was happening right right side was here. I said, we got to go, man. Seriously, that's what happened. For sure. We're here, and I just want to say there's a lot more Latinos and minorities that are conservative and that are Republican than the media is telling you, and we're proof to show you. My brother Christian and I'm Dale, Latinos for Trump, conservatives, let's do it.
I think the percentage is very high, to be honest with you. It's very high.
I feel like the COVID numbers, the numbers they're telling you that these states are turning blue, these states are purple, they're skewing them in their favor. There's more conservatives and there's more red states than they're saying.
Yeah, I agree. And I love the patriotism that's out here. It's all about the love of country, really. I mean, politics aside, this is really about love of country. This is awesome. This is what it's all about. Thank you guys so much. God bless for coming out here, man. Thank you for coming out here. I mean, that's a trip down from Northern California. Okay. All right, Dennis, let's talk about this first. Let's see if we can get across the street. I want to see if we can frame this up. All right, see if we can go across, Holly. I don't want to get hit by a car. Let's wait a second. Hang on a second. Hey, if you're just now joining us, we are live here in Burbank, California, in front of Tinhorn Saloon Flats restaurant here in Burbank. They are they've been fighting the state, fighting the local government to get their restaurant open again, despite all the efforts that's been placed upon them. Let's kind of give you a wider view here. That's where we were. It's right across the street on the corner of Naomi and Magnolia here in Burbank. Beautiful city, beautiful weather today. I mean, it was nice to kind of... It's the best. Well, there you go. I would probably agree with you on that. Okay, Dennis, let's talk about this organization that you guys have here and how it's been built and building week after week.
Well, after the third rest that he had, I really thought that this was actually the worst thing that could ever happen to a small city and a small business like this kind of tyranny. And I had to take a position on this, and I had to say, no more. This is it. Americans have to take a stand right now. This is our freedom at stake here. We're trying to control this tyranny that's actually perpetrating right here in our small little town of Burbank.
Because if I had a small business, I would want to open right now. And I would, if I was a small business, I would support Tinhorn Flats, but by all means to be able to open up.
He has every right to be open right now. This is an unconstitutional, unlawful lockdown. The city council knows it, the county knows it, and I think the whole country knows it. Yeah. And I think this is America that's coming out right now and taking a stand.
And we'll walk on the side there. The actual fence goes around the whole entire property, and it's got sandbags at every entrance, every door. There's probably, matter of fact, we could play a game. How many sandbags they have piled up against the door? First person to get closer to the number gets a free My Pillow, for crying out loud. I mean, it's really ridiculous how much sandbags they have up.
It's crazy because the first thing that happened is that the electricity was shut down, and then their water, and then they actually put plywood on their doors. They padlocked them. They put these cement bags that are about like 6 to 7 rows high, and now they put this iron curtain around the entire prison area. Yeah. We're not in D.C. I mean, D.C. has the fence up there with the barbed wire.
Good point. Our border doesn't have as much fence here. Hey, if you're just now watching us, we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to support this broadcast and you want to support patriots like Mike Lindell, go to the website, mypillow.com. That's mypillow.com, and put in the promo code RSBN at checkout and get up to 66% off. There's a store there. You can shop anything on that store. The discount applies up to 66% off. And this is a way that we can all kind of fight what's going on here. You can fight with your dollar, fight with your wallet. It's on a Saturday afternoon. You're watching us. Maybe you're on your phone. You're at home on your laptop. You got it on the TV. Just go to the website real quick, mypillow.com, and put in the promo code RSBN at checkout and really shop. Mother's Day's coming up. Mother's Day is coming up, and dadgummit, do not miss that day to get your mom a comfortable pair of slippers, because there's nothing. Hey, you like wearing slippers?
Well, yes, but I have the actual pillow topper. I have the sheets, I have the pillows, and I have the dog bed.
Yeah, I love all of that. The dog bed is so comfortable. I want to sleep in the dog bed, to be honest with you. I'll sleep there.
Dogs that fight over it, believe it or not.
I'd fight the dogs for it. So go to the website, mypillow.com, put the promo code RSBN at checkout and get up to 66% off. The reason why I say that is an imperative that we support Mike Lindell during these times of cancel culture. And, of course, a portion of those proceeds goes back to help us. So if you like what you see and you're having fun on this Saturday afternoon, go buy something from the website and do that. Let's go walk over here real quickly, Holly. And I don't know that. Yes, sir.
Talk to me?
Well, I want to talk to you because earlier, let me talk to you. Earlier, we saw you. Walking with a gentleman. You get a lot of people out here that want to just run their mouth, and I don't know why they're so angry. First of all, first name, where are you from?
So my name is Armin Rez. I'm from up north, about an hour north from Magic Mountain. So I come down here every weekend. I cover rallies. I'm a shadow ban YouTuber. So I noticed you were talking about it earlier. So if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, Armin Rez, ARMENREZZ. I cover rallies in LA. You'll love it. So yeah, you're talking about the haters that drive by. Yeah, it's weird. If I was driving by a Biden rally or whatever rally, I would just drive by and go home. I don't know why these people just don't mind their own business. And, you know, you do you, I do me, and we're all good. I think a lot of these people, they have pent up emotions and pent up hate in other aspects of their life. And this is how it comes out. This is how they release their hate and their unhappy, miserable lives. They don't have any other way to express it. They don't go to the gym probably.
Do you go to the gym? Do you work out, bro?
No, this is just the beer. It's all the beer I drink.
No, I'm with you on that. And we were talking earlier about what is so negative about just opening up a small business. There's no political aspect to it. It's just opening up a small business.
Right. I don't understand why a lot of these people are so upset. We had a maniac just walk by earlier. You know, the thing I tell people, they keep saying this is an unsafe business. It's dangerous. I don't know any person the past year that has gone in there and ate a hamburger
and got sick.
That has gotten COVID.
Yeah, and gotten sick. Okay, we're gonna stay right there. Let's stay right there. We're gonna take a look at these signs. Hey, Holly, come over here real quick, and I'm gonna say hello to this young lady. I tagged her on Instagram to come on out here. I'm so glad you came. Tell everybody who you are, why you're here, and how we connected as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana Gudic, and I am here to support a small business like everyone else, you know.
I found you on Instagram. And if you go to my stories, I've tagged her. You can go follow her. You're an Instagram model. You do a lot of stuff. You're an ambassador for different brands. But I saw her one day walking up and down Rodeo Drive with these gigantic Trump flags and American flags and all these patriots. You were walking through, BLM, and it was kind of a hostile environment. But you did not stop at all. You just kept going. And so I reached out to you and said, hey, would you like to come out here and kind of give us your perspective of what's going on in the state? But what do you think about today?
Well, what I think about is that it's unfair. You know, we all know that Newsom kept his businesses open. He kept his wine business open. And I actually wanted to check myself. I called them and I tried to make a reservation, and I was able to. And, he had dinner with 12 people out in a restaurant, and his kids go to private school while he had all the other kids in California sitting at home. Yeah. So it's not fair. Yeah. And I'm here to just stand up for freedom because, how far is this going to go? Like, what is next?
Yeah. What is next? We don't know. Okay, stand right there. We're going to come look at these cartoons over here. Oh. These funny cartoons. Come over here, Diana. You're going to want to see this. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Okay, let's start. Now, I'm going to make sure there's no profanity on there. There's a little bit of profanity, so we don't want to really show that. Let's censor that. All right, let's talk about these. I mean, who's the creator of all this?
Well, Tom is.
Where's Tom? Tom, come over here for a second. Give me about a 2-minute summary of what we have here.
Okay, this one is the Recall Gascon effort. He's defunding the cops. Very vain guy. I've seen him a few times, and the glasses, as you see in the artwork, I kind of accentuated them because I've never seen glasses so expensive in my entire life. But
designer glasses there, and then we got Eric Garcetti over here.
His original ploy to get in to his job as mayor was he was saying he was going to get the DWP corruption out of here. What he did was he got elected and then made some backdoor deals with the DWP. You have security guards at DWP making $150,000 a year with 100% pension. They can't keep up. The rates keep going up.
Okay. Move over to Nancy Pelosi here. I would probably say, I know this is not her district here, I don't believe, right? No, this is not, but she's close.
Right. Yeah. She's had a lot of influence on LA, being up north. They've done great things up there. The rents have gone down 50%, crime's gone up, meth is cheaper. So they're doing
on the streets.
Yeah, they're not. She's not a very popular person. And then here's this gentleman here from the Burbank City Council. We've talked about him. Let's not give him any more attention. Actually, let's just keep on going. Adam Schiff as well. This is his district. So if you don't like what Trump said, pencil neck Adam Schiff, which by the way, that is about the width of a pencil. So Trump is dead on his description on that. And then let's go over to Hunter Biden here. Of course, I'm actually kind of afraid to put this on there. I'm afraid that certain platforms might see this and be triggered, but let me move out of the way. Come on, move in there. What do we have?
Well, that's an actual crack pipe purchased at a shop in North Hollywood.
Okay.
And they also sell pieces of the Chore Boy, which they use as a filtering element. And that's the preferred way of Hunter leaking out, little facts leaking out of his party days.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at this, guys. Walk with me right now, Gage. If you're watching us at home, take a look at this. NBC, wait, hang on. This isn't the real news. This is the fake news, but check it out. Southern California criminal socialist controlled media. Walk me through what gave you the idea to really have a makeshift live van complete with satellites up top and everything.
I thought about it a few years ago, but I finally did it after all this stuff recently. I said, I can't sit back any longer, and now I have to act and expose the media for what they are. Right now as we're speaking, there's 4-year-old girls being thrown over a wall and molested down at the border.
Yeah. Let's talk real quickly. When real live trucks see you,
we've had it out.
You've had it out, right? You had it out earlier today when we were on the way from the airport.
With an executive from NBC, pulled up on the side street in a white Range Rover, came out. We've had exchanged words. On the road, I've had it out with many news vans, NBC Telemundo news vans, and I cruise right by their building purposely when I walk my dog. I'll go to the park right there.
I think it's really amazing how, before all of this, when you saw a news van, kids would love to wave to the news because this is magic right here. Like, television is magic, but not anymore.
It's middle finger time.
Well, I'm not going to give the middle finger, but I know what you're talking about, though.
You're
feeling the heat. Yeah, it's definitely a different media environment.
One thing he said to the newsman is, why aren't you reporting about the abuse on the border right now?
Yeah.
I mean, those poor little kids are being sexually molested. It's like, and that should be front page news. People should be horrified.
Yeah, which, by the way, we are going down to the border Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week with Attorney General Ken Paxton, Texas Attorney General. This guy's bad, man. He's going to try to make some difference down there. So we need leaders like that to step up. So we'll be with him on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, press conference Wednesday, I think around noon. Tune in for that on Right Side, and we'll give you all that. Hey, let's talk to somebody else. Hey, we love it. People apparently Burbank loves Right Side Broadcasting.
They do. They're coming out.
I want to make this a usual stop here. All right, first name, where you from? What brings you here today?
Derek Gates. I'm running for Congress, the 33rd District, against Ted Lieu. And
33rd District, where is that in particular?
Rancho, all the way to Malibu, over to Beverly Hills, Fairfax District.
What got you into politics? But what gets you into politics? Why now?
Why now? Because if not now, when? Everything we know is gone. It's leaving, and if we don't stand now, there's no coming back.
Is there any one particular issue that triggered you to get into politics?
For me, the thing that triggered me to go over the top and make the jump was our faith. I'm a Christian. I've been a ministry leader, traveled the world for 18 years, wrote books, made movies, and when they started to say that we could not worship. And started to control the narrative of how, when, where we could worship, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, 25% in the house of worship, can't do a home group, whatever that is. That's just over the line. That's against our First Amendment right. That's against my kingdom value as a Christian. And I don't want my grandkids to grow up in a world to where they have to worship in a basement. And that's where globalism, socialism, communism, that's where it's taken us.
Yeah, there's underground churches in China that people that can't meet. Like this is, but believe it or not, this is not news. This has been going on for a while. I think it just came to a head here in the States. It's becoming a little bit more prominent, and people are seeing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a road that they've been traveling down. Even in California, they tried to make the Bible hate speech at one point a few years ago, and don't think that they're not going to revisit that now.
Yeah. All right, so we'll stay with this, and we're going to walk across the street. We're going to keep walking and talking. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, good. Walk on over here. All right, so if you're just now joining us, we are live here in Burbank in front of Tinhorn Flat Saloon, and we are supporting now. Yes, Brian Glenn. Okay, now what? You got a great sign. You guys came out here real early. What brings you here today?
We've been here for probably 4 or 5 months. I went down to the city or the county board of supervisors. The whole thing started for me with censorship. And getting shut down on fake book because that's what I use my platform to help wake people up to the truth. And
I think everyone's gone through a little bit of censorship issues with the whole Zuckerberg, which that's the most widely used social media app right now. So yeah.
I mean, to disrupt the First Amendment at the most basic level. My grandfather came from the Ukraine right before the Russian Revolution, and never saw his mother and sister again. Sacrificed so that I could grow up to do whatever I wanted to, be a free American. And for the way they're treating this business, it's become a personal issue with the Burbank City.
It's a personal issue at this point. And it's almost a standoff because it's like, let me just show you how much powerful I am than you are. This is what that is. Because there's no reason why that fence should still stay up.
Are the sandbags still there?
No, their sandbags are still there. There's a running total, I guess. Let's go ahead and, I don't know. I'll follow you, Gage. Go ahead and walk. I have no idea what.
Anyway, Brian watched you for 5 years sweating with President Trump, in the snow with President Trump.
Oh, the cold weather is the worst.
I want to thank Right Side Broadcasting.
We can hug it out here.
I've been a fan for 5 years, ever
Thank you.
since you guys followed every rally, and thank you so much for being the voice of truth.
We're trying. Hey, we're trying, and that gentleman behind the camera, he's a big responsible for it too. That's Gage. Fist bump on that, Gage. All right, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. All right, let's talk about this real quick. Holly, talk about this. Now we are going to be at this Trump boat parade here in San Diego coming up in June. We're going to be there. Now, I'm giving you an opportunity to sell some seats on this thing. I would imagine if you're in Southern California and you want to do this thing in style, this is the way to go.
This is it. We're going to meet at 10:30. We leave dock at 11. We are on the water for 4 hours. Lunch is provided for $160, and there's only 38 seats. The boat is tricked out for Trump, and these boat parades are off the charts. You guys will love them. If you want to get a hold of me, my email is hollyberries.att.net. 38 seats left. It's $160. Thanks, Brian.
All right, I'm gonna get my debit card out here, and you can run it right here on the spot. I'm gonna get it's all signed up for that one. That's the way to go. We'll talk about that here a little bit more. Hey, let's walk over here with me real quick, because I know a lot of people, when I put you on my social media, a lot of people, I had about 10 people message me and say, where is she from? Because they went to your page. And by the way, let's tell everybody where they can go find you on Instagram.
Yes, I am from Croatia. You can find me at DAJANAGUDIC. And I had TikTok, but of course it got deleted at 230,000 followers because I was just covering Beverly Hills rallies. And guess what they said? I messaged them, and I was like, why did you guys delete me?
What was the excuse they gave you?
No, the excuse they gave me was that I was posting adult content. I have not posted one thing that had anything to do with adult content.
Yeah, I mean, you are a model, so you actually... you take pictures, with various styles of clothing. That's just what you are. You're a model.
Yeah, but on TikTok, what I'm trying to say, on TikTok, I had nothing that had anything to do, even with the bikini. Nothing. It was just
like bikini, like swimwear.
It was just me talking to people at Beverly Hills rallies and, showing how diverse the group was.
Okay, so when people hear that you're such a Trump supporter and you love this country, but you have this accent, this Croatian accent, do they ask you why? Because they probably would assume that you don't like the president because you're not white. I mean, you're not a native-born American.
I love the president. I miss him so much. Why? I lived in the war when I was little in Bosnia. That's where I was actually born, and I lived in the war, and I know what it's like. I know what it's like to live in a third world country, and he didn't start any wars. That was a big one for me. That's why I love him so much. And then, of course, Biden, he bombed, Serbia, which that's where my mom is from, in 1999, and he is all about war. I mean, we see what he's doing already with Syria, what he has done. And, it's very unfortunate that we lost, but I'm still out here just trying to fight for freedom,
I like the way you did that. Wink, wink. So let's talk about all the rallies you go to. I know Christian Walker, you guys, that's how actually, that's how I found you, was on Christian Walker's feed. Yeah. He was talking to you, and you were very vocal and very outspoken, so I clicked on his little tag to you. That's how I found you. What do you think the impact that Christian Walker has right now in our culture of being this kind of openly gay African-American who loves this president, who loves this country, who stands up to BLM? I really wish Christian Walker was here right now because I'd love to talk to him. But don't you think it's important for people like that to be outspoken and support the president?
Absolutely.
That goes against the narrative.
He goes against the narrative. He shows people a different side of, what's going on. He wakes people up, and I love that about him, because when you see him, you would expect him to be a liberal, and he always jokes around about that. And he always says that it's always like a liberal with a white girl with blue hair that tells him you're racist, and he's black. So yeah, we do need more people like him, and just me also being an immigrant, and knowing what I'm talking about. And most people here, they just have no idea what's going on.
Now, is any other people in your family here, or is it just
my sister's here? Yes.
Okay, but your parents are everything's back in.
Yes.
How difficult is it for them to come over right now and just to visit you?
So
pre-COVID, I guess.
My mom is here now visiting me, and but it took me 14 years.
Yeah.
It took me 14 years to be able to get my mom out here. Living in America, just being here, breathing this air is a privilege.
Yeah.
And what a lot of spoiled Americans, they just don't understand. They don't know. It's like, let me take you to a third world country just for a day. You would come back and be like, oh my God, I love America. It's like, you are so privileged just to be here. That's it. That's it. Like, I don't want to hear your oppression. I don't want to hear Meghan Markle being so oppressed, or LeBron James. Oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Imagine making millions and millions playing basketball.
Hey, I'm just going to give you the microphone and let you keep going. So there's a shot, guy. If you're just now joining us, we're live in Burbank in front of the Tinhorn Flats Saloon. Really historic restaurant here in the Burbank area. Beautiful city. Been here a couple times. I used to live down in Orange County for a while, and lived in Newport Beach area, and I came up here, and when I saw this story, I thought, you know what, we got to go tell it. We got to help this restaurant owner all we can to help him get his business back open. Now you can see this 8-foot fence. I'm saying 8, maybe 9 foot, probably 9 foot. I'm sorry, but 9-foot fence that's put up around the perimeter. We'll walk over there. We got sandbags. They've taken the doors off, and they've actually put in plywood. They bolted plywood to the restaurant itself, so there is no doors. It's just plywood, and they've really done all of this in defiance, even against a judge's orders not to do that. They still did it. So, I don't know what the local government here wants to, what point they're trying to prove. I don't know. But in any event, that's what's going on. I want to bring this gentleman right here. By the way, I know my camera guy right now with the WCW Monday Nitro shirt.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Brother, let me tell you something.
This is tyranny. And you know what? What's Burbank gonna do when the 24-inch pythons run wild on them?
I love it. You just made our highlight clip that we're gonna put up later. I know. So I knew Gage would like that. We just came from the Hulk Hogan. What's the name of that place in? The Hogan Beach Shop.
Florida.
Yeah, out in Florida. We were there last weekend. Okay,
all kidding aside, I'm out here. I've been out here with her for weeks on end. She is a true patriot. I mean, we don't even know this guy, but honestly, what's going on here in Burbank is it's just crazy. My parents were Cuban. They came from a socialist dictator country, fleeing from all the tyranny there. I grew up hearing all these stories, and it scares me to death because today I hear all these stories going on in our country. It is scary. Everyone's turning a blind eye to it, and this is why we're out here. This is why we're out here, because this country has to remain free.
And some of these young kids just don't understand how good they have it right now. They really don't. We just talked, Diane from the Croatia was talking about, she knows what it's like to live in a very socialist, corrupt country. These kids have no idea.
No idea, but they're getting all the indoctrination from kindergarten right on through the college. And it sucks. I mean, I send my kid to college. I spend thousands of dollars helping them out. And at the end of the day, I mean, you try to talk to them, you try to knock some sense into them, and hopefully they absorb it. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough to be a parent today, watching your kids get indoctrinated into this extreme left-wing socialist.
All right, let's talk about Governor Gavin Newsom. What needs to happen there?
The guy's got to go. The guy's got to go. I mean, when you look at states like Florida, Texas, a lot of other states in the country that have remained open, the COVID rates are down. Let me ask you something. Here's the deal. People have died from the flu for years.
I got to be real careful that we don't step into that taboo ground for me. I don't want to be kicked off. I know what you're saying, though.
I'm just saying.
Tiptoe around that for me.
It's like died down.
I know.
We've closed this state down.
Yeah.
We've hurt businesses.
Yeah.
We've hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, kids being locked up.
I want the kids to get out and play on the playground. I just want the kids to go play on the playground. Hold that thought right there. We're talking about Gavin Newsom, and hold that thought. I'll come back to you. Come on this way, Gage. All right. I'm going to get right in the middle. I'm going to get right in the middle of your conversation. Hold. Stay here. Okay. Tell me your name. I met you earlier. You're running for governor here in the state of California. So let's start.
Absolutely. So my name is Sarah Stevens. I was born and raised in San Diego, and I'm a Christian. I'm a conservative. I'm all about taking back our state.
Okay. What one thing triggered you to get into politics and say now the time is now?
The time is now. Basically, when the shutdown happened and the lockdowns last March, all of a sudden I couldn't do what I wanted to do anymore. My whole life got locked down. But what really triggered me is all of my friends who are small business owners, they started becoming a target. And so the county board started going after them with cease and desist fines and lawsuits. And I told my husband I can't just sit back and do nothing. I have to start fighting for people.
Okay, she walked me down the timeline that what has to happen for Gavin Newsom. Now let's just break it down. Let's act like I'm in the 5th grade right now. Okay, break it to me really easy and real simple because I'm mentally it's about 5th grade right here. Okay, so let's walk me through it.
So really briefly, by April 29th, so I believe not even a week from now, it's going to be certified. They already have the amount of signatures. Last week they had 1.2. By the 29th, they're going to have their 1.5. And it's going to be certified. Then it's going to go to the legislature for 30 days. After those 30 days, so by May 29th, it's going to go down, and the ballots will be sent out within 80 days of that. So we literally we're looking at a couple months to have this happen.
And there's how many people running for governor right now?
I believe it's in the 100, over 100 right
I'm thinking about throwing my name in for governor. Anybody vote for me if I go for governor? There we go. I got 4 votes. I'm going to get in there. Will you vote for me? You'll be my campaign manager. How about that? And she's running for Congress. I want to talk to you in just a second. Okay, so it all happens in November, right?
Yeah, or earlier.
Or
it's
earlier.
It's going to happen earlier than that, more than likely.
What do you think the number one thing is that people don't want, why they want Gavin Newsom out? What's the number one thing?
To be honest with you, I think it's because of the lockdowns. Yeah. Everywhere across the board, across California, not only has he locked down the businesses, but he's locked down the schools.
Before the lockdown, was there one issue that you didn't like about him before the lockdown? I'm just curious of what he was like.
I don't know. He was. I'm not going to say he was necessarily bothering anybody, but this is what did it. Was the lockdown? People knew that he was a liberal and he was kind of doing whatever he wanted whenever he wanted. But when these executive orders started coming down and just shutting down the entire economy, and people started literally losing their constitutional freedoms right away, everybody's just like,
how can people get behind you?
Oh my goodness!
What's your website?
Yes, go to our website, makecaliforniagoldagain.com.
That's great. That's great. Say it again.
So, makecaliforniagoldagain.com. So my name is Sarah Stevens. You can go on there, fill out your information, donate. But more than any of that, please be a part of our team. Yeah. Because my goal is 2 million volunteers, all of us walking around saying we're going to make California gold again, and we will take back the state.
We got 1, 2, 3. We got enough people here. We can get a good start, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us, and we'll be around here. Let me talk to you now. Lucy, you're running for Congress, right?
That's correct.
What got you into politics?
Well, I've been in business for 30-some years, and I saw everything what happened in the 90s. Everything went to China. So many people lost their...
I'm hearing an accent right now, so let's be full disclosure. Where's that accent from?
I'm French-Canadian. I came here in 1984, and of course I came here without speaking any English. Then English is my second language. But
you assimilated, right? Learn the language.
Definitely, and this is what is upsetting me very, very well, because when you come to a country, you have to assimilate. You have to learn the culture, and you have to choose. If you want to come here, then you learn, and you should be about the culture of the people.
What is your platform? What's the one thing that you want to change in this state, or make it better, or eliminate? What is it?
Well, right now we have education. It's a big problem we're having for many, many years. To be a grandmother already, and I see it's getting worse. I think my platform, I want it for the school choice. It's a big thing, because it's become California the print for the rest of our nation. And we have to be strong here in California to bring it back for our value and what we believe.
Yeah, well, God bless. How can people find you online? Website?
It's voteforlucy.com. It's as very simple as that.
How'd you get that website? Voteforlucy.com. My goodness.
It's a great. Thank you very much.
LUCIE. So
FORLUCIE.com. And I was a Trump supporter before he became president, by the way.
Smart woman there. All right.
Thank you.
All right, I love it.
And I'm a fan. Yeah. And I appreciate.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Santa Clarita.
Okay. So
Yeah.
You drove down or across?
Yeah. We went to Hollywood to do the Save the Children, and we come here all the time to support whatever thing that's happening. We want our rights back.
Favorite thing about Donald Trump was what?
Everything.
Okay, that's a good answer right there. Everything. But one question, I ask a question all the time. Probably the most popular answer I get is that he stood up for the American people. If you look around, like who's here, there's no billionaires here. And that's the misconception, that it's just he's the party for billionaires and the rich. I got to be honest with you. I'm no billionaire. You're no billionaire. We're all just common people. And guess what? He loves us.
I know. And let me tell you something. We are America. And that's what the elite and the Democrats are missing. They don't really care about us, but Donald Trump did. And we, the people all over here, we all love. You don't see any destruction, and we are all loving people, and we just want the right thing to happen.
Well, God bless you for being out here. God bless you. God bless you. Okay, let's see if we can get across the street. Hey, if you're just now joining us, thank you so much. And we want to make sure we get as much views on this video as possible, as all these social media platforms have been suppressing our content. So please share this broadcast, tag a friend. If you live in California, let us know what you want to change about this beautiful state. You have a beautiful state here, but you do have some problems. We haven't really talked about the homelessness problem. Hey, Diana, come over here just a second. I want to talk to you. Let's real quickly. Can we talk about the homeless situation here? I mean, you spent a lot. Did I just hit it? Because you spent a lot of time here. I was driving in from LAX. I had to pick them up at Burbank, and just going down. Just name a street: Sunset, Hollywood Boulevard, La Brea, Ventura. Homeless everywhere. Has it gotten worse?
Oh my God, it has gotten so much worse over the years. I've been here for 7 years now. When I first moved here, it was like all about the Skid Row. You see homeless people there. Now, you're driving through Hollywood, you see them everywhere.
There's tents everywhere.
Yeah, you're having a lunch and they're like right there next to you doing drugs. I mean, it's gotten really bad, and it's at a point where I don't even know if I feel bad anymore, because a lot of people don't even want help. They're like taking advantage of the situation, and no one's doing anything about it. Like Gavin,
what do you think business owners say whenever they can walk out of their front door? And I don't see any here in Burbank, but there's like just a tent. There's a guy just like living on the sidewalk of your restaurant.
I mean, what are they gonna do? I'm sure they're not happy about it. It's so unfortunate, and no one is doing anything about it. And
the mayor's not doing anything about it. The governor's sure as heck not doing anything about it.
No, they're not doing anything about it, and it's gotten worse over time. And even the nice areas where rent is so high, you are still dealing with seeing homeless everywhere, and they can be dangerous. They can, they can a lot of them. Right? Yes. Oh my God. The other day I was walking with my mom, and a homeless behind us was like screaming at us and saying some like really nasty words. What was that?
I don't know. Let's take a shot. There's looks like a fairly large aircraft. What is that?
That's a C-130.
C-130. There you go. Aviation expert here. So let's talk about the crime as well. I mean, have you seen a rise in crime?
Yes, I have. It's gotten worse over time. I mean, everything has gotten worse. What's new here? So now every single day, I actually live by the Grove. That used to be a really good area. Now every single day, on Citizen app, it's like someone just got murdered, someone just got robbed at gunpoint, and someone just got shot in Beverly Hills the other day having lunch. Yeah, it was an Il Paseo.
So the local news here is, if you watch the local news, I watched the local news on the plane from New York on the way over here. Every other story was about a murder, a homicide, of some kind of a car chase. Crime is out of control in certain states.
It is out of control, and this is exactly why people are leaving California. Yeah. I know so many people that have left for Arizona, for Nevada, for Florida, and I don't blame them. I'm actually looking.
I live in Texas, so here's a message for you. If you're leaving California and you're headed for Texas, check your political card at the door, because don't turn my state into a dumpster fire. All right,
California to Texas, okay?
Please don't. Please don't. All right, I want to see if we can walk across the street. Let's walk across the street, because I want to walk around the side here, because to kind of give you an idea, and I know that we got a lot of traffic now, so it might be really difficult to get across now, but we're going to try. I'm not sure how we're going to do this, but if you're just now joining us, welcome. We are live here in Burbank, really in support in the Tinhorn Flats Saloon Restaurant located here on Magnolia Boulevard in beautiful the downtown area here in Burbank. They have been under fire from the local governments for shutting down. They opened up during, they had, they were open up, they closed. Let's see if we can go across. All right, here we go. They thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Well, this would be. Hey, this is how we do it here at Right Side. This is live and unedited. But they complied with the request, and at a point got to a point where they could no longer afford to stay closed. So they opened despite orders, and that's why they've had this fence erected and been shut down. They've had the power turned off. They've had the gas turned off. They have really had a tremendous pushback from the local governments. Now, let me show you. This is probably one of the side door. This is probably one of the side doors here that's got a ton of sandbags there. You've got signs. Here's one that says, "Any business that puts a roof over somebody's head or food in somebody's belly is an essential business." And I think we can all agree that if you own a business, that it's essential to you because it provides a living. What's your name, sir? Where are you from?
It's Benny White. I'm from Compton, California.
What brings you here today?
You know what? Just bringing support to Tinhorn Flats, man. We've been coming here for, as far as me, as far as I've been young, alive, we've been coming here, eating, having a good time on a Saturday, on a Sunday with the family, and now to see it literally with this whole fence around it, you know what, it brings tears to everybody's eyes. So we're out here to show the owner, don't give up, the people is out here with you, because we've been here since I was a kid, and I'm still here defending it.
Yeah, I love the fact that you guys are out here and being vocal about it, because can you imagine if this is your restaurant, and this is what you rely on to feed your family?
It takes years to build. It takes years. It takes hard work, and from one day to another, we could be, have safety in mind with the whole COVID situation, the pandemic that's going on. Sure. But you know what I'm saying? But we don't gotta completely shut down and just give up on hope.
And don't you think it's really the fence and the sandbags were placed here despite the orders from the court. The court said don't do it, and they still did it.
And they do it just to try to, intimidation. Yeah. This is like a cage. Yes, it's caged up. I don't want to live inside of a cage. I'm about freedom for everybody. I'm a Latino, Mexican American, born and raised in Los Angeles, California, and I represent everybody that's out here because we love Tinhorn Flats. And let's stop the lockdown. Let's stop the abuse of power, and let's open up. Yes. Let's open up.
God bless, man. Thanks for coming out here.
Right Side Broadcast. We love you guys. Y'all been covering everything. Y'all speak truth to power.
I promise I don't pay any of these people to say that. I feel like, I promise you. I love you guys too. Just know that. We really do love you. We really do love you. And we thank you. He said the only reason we did this interview is because you're Right Side Broadcast, and we really appreciate, and we're really sincere with that. We appreciate everybody watching. Okay, Gage, let's walk around this way. Let's see what's in the back of here. Obviously, this is in a residential area back here, so the privacy concerns. I'm not going to necessarily show houses or anything like that, but I do want to show you what it looks like back here. This is it. I mean, this is the back side of the restaurant. As you can see, we got this 9-foot fence that's erected, and that goes all the way around the restaurant. And that's supported by obviously sandbags, and they bolted up the doors. So, and then you got obviously residential area behind us. I would imagine, this has a great effect on the whole neighborhood. Really, when you think about. In terms of traffic, I can't speak for the neighbors here. I haven't spoken to any neighbors here, so I don't know what their thoughts are on this. But I would imagine if they're for pro-business, which is what we're all pro-business, and let's just be perfectly clear, pro-business does not have a political agenda. Pro-business is pro-business. There's no, whether or not you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you're for business, you're for capitalism. I mean, that's the American dream, is to own your own business, right? It's the American dream to own your own business.
Can I get you to,
yes, sir. What we got here?
Can I get you to get my QR codes for me?
What you got? Okay, there we go.
So
there.
If you scan this, guys, if you scan this, you'll see that nobody has the flu. In California, only 120 people got the flu.
I got to cut you off right there, only because of social media stuff. I'm with you. Okay, that's okay. No, that's okay. God bless. That's fine. I want to make sure we comply. I want to talk to you, man, because hey, you've got the best looking shoes out here, and I love how vocal you are, how colorful you are. Tell me where you're from, why you're here.
My name is Mario. I come from Los Angeles, North Los Angeles, and I'm here to support this poor Asian-owned business because people forget Armenia is part of Asia, so they're technically an Asian-owned business. The city of Burbank has shut them down. They've done everything they could to keep them closed, from cutting off their power, cutting off their water, cutting off their gas, and they overcame, and finally the city had to build this giant fence to keep them off a private person off of their own property.
Yeah, it's amazing that he can't even go in his own property. Now, I can grant if you don't want him to do business, that's one thing, but he can't even go inside, but that he owns the property.
Oh, he's been arrested 3 times already trying to get inside. That's the even scarier part. So, I mean, this family's an immigrant family. They're trying to live the American dream, and you have, patriotic Americans, gay Americans, straight Americans, black Americans, Asian Americans, Americans of all colors here to support this cause.
And that's what I was just saying earlier before I walked up here. Pro-business has no political agenda, has no race, has no gender identification. It's just pro-business.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone's dream is to have enough and be able to provide enough for themselves.
Do you remember when Barack Obama said the American dream is being Donald Trump? He said the American dream is being Donald Trump.
And what is Donald Trump? A businessman.
And he's a racist, and he's homophobic, and he's xenophobic. I mean, all the stuff that they...
Right. But I mean, I've been to 3 Trump rallies dressed just like this, and I find nothing but acceptance. Big old high heels, big old rainbows.
Well, I love you, man. I'm just going to let you know right there.
Thank you very much.
And I appreciate you being out here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, let's walk around here. There's some nice people. Hey, some of the nicest people in the world you're going to find at a rally like this. A Trump rally, it's very peaceful. Very peaceful. That's what we're about. Peace. We're about peace. All right, peace and love. That's what we're about here. Peace and love. Peace and love. All right, let's go. Peace and love. Yes, sir. All right, let's walk around the front here. Give you an idea. If you're just now joining us, yes, we are live in front of the Tinhorn Flats Saloon and Grill. This is the fence that the city put up. There's the sign. There's the makeshift signs. People have, come out here. Now, I will say this. They put these signs up moments before we came out here because I would imagine that the city would probably take them down. So they put them up just before this rally, which is nice, and they'll take them down because when I came up here early, there were no signs at all on this fence. But this gives you an idea of the support they've got here locally. I know that a lot of, I hate to say it, but I've just heard a lot of criticism for the local governments here, and I've invited anybody who watches right now that's a part of the Burbank City Council. If you're concerned, if you're the mayor, a council member, come on out. I'd love to talk to you so we can discuss all of this because I just want to do what's best for the business and I want to do what's best for the city. And if we can come together and make that happen, that would be a beautiful thing instead of just erecting a fence and saying you can't come in and that's that. Lucas, I'm just want to recap. Lucas, family-owned business here. What's your thoughts right now of seeing this huge turnout today?
Well, the thought of everyone coming out here on their own time and supporting me and my family's business financially, and just the fact that they're here right now devoting their time is amazing. Yeah. Seriously, it's absolutely amazing that they're here on their own time supporting us.
And a lot of people have never even been here. They just know the story.
They just know the story, and they're here for Tinhorn. And honestly, at this point, it's much more greater than Tinhorn. It's really about freedom and the Constitution, and just overall the United States.
Yeah. All right, so where do we go from here? What's the latest as far as your legal, I wouldn't call it a fight with them, but maybe it is a fight. What's the legal battle? What's next for you? I mean, where does this go?
We're appealing. We're constantly appealing. We're not hoping to win. Not that we're not hoping, but we know we're probably not going to win anything in California, so we got to go to federal court and hopefully even Supreme Court. Just get out of California courts, get into the Midwest.
What do they want you to do right now to open up? That's what I'm a little confused.
Everyone's a little confused on that, including myself.
I just want to know if and I said this earlier, yeah. I just wish they would tell us what we need to do so that he can do it, so we can take this dadgum fence down and maybe go put it in South Texas somewhere. Exactly. That's what I want to do.
Exactly. Well, it would be starting off with paying the $60,000 in fines.
Okay.
And reapplying for our conditional use permit and our health permit that they've illegally taken away from us.
That's what I don't understand. They took away your health permit, therefore, but there was no violations to the health permit.
There was not. The only fact that they took it away was just for being open. That's it. Okay. That's it.
All right, so we got to get the money raised. Now, I know you guys have a GoFundMe page. Is that correct? Let's give out some of our information on that.
We have a GoFundMe page. It's called Tinhorn Flats Legal Fund. We also have a merchandise page called Tinhorn Flats Merch 360. We got a bunch of cool shirts there. I mean, you can get my mugshot on a shirt. But yeah,
that's worth something, right? Well, which mugshot? 1, 2, or 3 times you got arrested?
I've been arrested 3 times. 2 for just operating my business, and then the 3rd time I got arrested for just moving the sandbags. I wasn't even inside.
So, were you at night trying to move those out?
No, it was in the morning. It was about 10 a.m. I was just moving the sandbags. Next thing you know, I'm in the back of a cop car again.
Don't move those sandbags now. They're loaded with gold or something like that.
Right. There's got to be something in the sandbags for them to be all. First of all,
what's in those bags? Let's talk about the food truck that you got.
Right, the food truck. I'm super excited to announce that we'll be starting our food truck in the next week. It'll be right here at Tinhorn Flats to start off, and we'll be driving all around, just parking in.
I live outside the Dallas area. You can drive that truck to Dallas. I buy all the food you can get.
Anything for you.
There you go. I love it. So if people want to support, let's give out that GoFundMe page one more time, because we want all of our viewers, whatever they can do to help you guys out, because you got to get that legal fund taken care of, right? Because you got to be able to continue on. What is that?
It's the Tinhorn Flats Legal Fund on GoFundMe.
And of course, are you on social media? I know that. Did they take that down yet?
Yeah, they took away our Facebook. Our Facebook has been taken down, but we still have our Instagram for the meantime. By the time you see this, it might be taken down too. But it's Tinhorn Flats Burbank.
Yeah, okay. There, Tinhorn Flats Burbank.
There's a lot of fake ones. There's a lot of
I've seen
fake accounts that they actually put above ours. So, but we have about 11,500 followers last time I checked.
I had some people trolling me on Twitter last night, telling me this event was canceled, and I actually called you to make sure.
You did, Mr. Glenn.
Yeah, well, it's not canceled. We're here, and if you live anywhere here in Southern California, come on out here and support. Wave a flag, bring a flag. Come out here, shake some hands. Let's talk to these folks over here. You guys are over here for a while. Like your shirt there.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So when they raised the $60,000 and they paid the $60,000 to the city, what is this for? What damages? Who got hurt? That's my question. Who died from the COVID-19, right? That's what we should be asking. What are these penalties for? For practicing our constitutional rights? That's what you are penalizing. So we need to understand what the confusion is about, right?
How they got to the 60,000? Like, itemize that for us. What is the 60,000? So, and I agree with you on that. Any other questions you have for them?
Well,
they're probably going to watch this thing.
That's a very important question, right? Because the whole system is designed to confuse people, to steal people from their constitutional rights. So they are stripped of their constitutional rights, and now they function under privileges as U.S. citizens versus American citizens.
Yeah. Your accent, I've got a lot of people. Where are you from originally?
I escaped communism from communist Czechoslovakia, so I know a lot about communism and oppression.
It's amazing how many people here are from that portion of the world. And I got Diane, we just met, from Croatia, and her family lives over there. And of course, we've had, who we had before? That was, we had some Cuba, somebody from Cuba earlier, so yeah.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah. Is that where you're from?
Yes.
Yeah. What brings you here today?
Well, I want to support, hold this please, I'm filming. I'm supporting Lucas. I have done for many, many months, and Burbank City Council, specifically Constantine Anthony and the people at the LA City Health Board, I mean, absolutely childish. They need to grow up. And they made it a personal vendetta, and come on, guys.
I said this earlier. What's the Burbank page that calls out all the conservatives in this area?
Burbank bigots.
All right, I'd like to put in my application to Burbank bigots. I don't live here. I live in Texas, but I'm going to be an honorary citizen of Burbank, so I'd like to go ahead and apply to be on the Burbank Bigots. So people put me on there, Brian Glenn TV. Go find me, put me on the Burbank Bigots, because if a bigot stands for freedom, liberty, the right to make your own decisions, your own choices, all our God-given rights, our U.S. Constitution. If that makes me a bigot, then sign me up. I'm on the list. So what do you think's going to come out of all of this? I think they're going to raise the money myself, but like you said, after you raise the money, what's next?
It's a wrong path.
That's true. So you'd rather not raise the money, obviously. No. Don't give them the money.
The business needs to reclaim their constitutional rights. They have to free themselves from the system, and they have to bring themselves back to the common law jurisdiction. That's the whole problem. And as long as they are not doing that, the system will continue to punish them, penalize them, oppress them. This is how they do it. This is how it's done.
Yeah. How can anybody do business here in the city if this is the way they act?
It's just tyranny.
It's tyranny.
It's corruption.
It's a beautiful city. You got a great downtown. I mean, I plan on hitting that downtown area tonight.
What it's highlighted to me is just how corrupt these levels go to. I mean, we've proven it with this COVID scamdemic.
Yeah, well, I can't. I got to be real careful when I said that. Real quick, last question for you. Take a look. Take a shot of that shirt, Gage. I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. Greatest video ever produced on MTV was what band? What video?
Oh, that's pretty obvious. November Rain, Guns N' Roses.
I like that. I was gonna say David Bowie, Let's Dance. Maybe David Bowie. I'm going old school. I'm going. I'm going like the. Yeah. There you go. How about you?
I'm not actually sure, but I want to introduce you to Lenka. She's actually in charge.
Yes, we talked on the phone.
All of the affidavits that we're actually trying to put across.
Of our agency, FTBA, we are constitutional law enforcement for all the counties in California, and we are also nationwide. So we are helping individuals and businesses to not only understand their rights, but also be able to stand up for their rights. We are fighting the tyranny. We are working with the law enforcement, specifically all the sheriffs across our nation, to wake them up, because anyone who took an oath, they have an obligation to uphold and defend the Constitution that guarantees our unalienable rights. And it needs to start happen that these people actually do their job, and if they don't do their job, we need to press charges for perjury of oath and violation due process of law, because they are causing harm, and they have now they cannot hold the office, and they have to step down, and if they are not stepping down, they need to be removed by our law enforcement. That's why we have law enforcement.
Don't you think people are stepping up after all of this? I mean, we're becoming a little bit more vocal. Man on the street's becoming the man on the street, and we demand freedom. All right, well, let's go walk back over there. I hope we can do a human game of Frogger here in a second.
Quick picture, so we can post it on. There we go. Guys, can you take a picture of us?
Let's get a picture. By the way, if you want to support us, go to rspnetwork.com/donate. rspnetwork.com/donate.
Can you do vertical too?
You could do vertical too. There you go.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Donate to what we're doing here, because it takes people like you, viewers like you, to get us out and cover all these stories. And we want to continue to cover stories like this. So go to rsbnetwork.com, rsbnetwork.com/donate. Donate what you can. Every little bit goes a long way. Let's do another photo. Heck yeah. Why not? Lady in the middle. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
I miss the old days, the sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the old days. All right, there we go. All right, let's walk across the street then. Thank you, Lenka. And I'm glad I finally put a face to a voice. We talked earlier, a couple weeks ago, we talked on the phone about this event. Yes, sir.
I'm the red tag guy. Red tag Ross Cannell. I do red tags here in the city of Burbank.
Okay.
You see this? Look, everybody thinks this is a Trump hat. It's a Burbank baseball hat.
Okay.
It's a trigger.
When you say red tag, let's talk.
I do red. When people get red tagged, there's nobody that will represent them. I do architectural drawings, and I've done several in the city of Burbank. And what I want to tell the people about, I did a guy I found was his house was red tagged. And
let's break it down for our viewers if they don't know what red tag is.
Okay, a lot of times it'll be either a business or a homeowner, and what they do is they've done building or they have done something that is against the law, and the city will come in and they will red tag them, and they will put conditions on them that make it almost impossible to enter their property, and they have to hire people that will be able to facilitate reopening it up. Okay. So I found a niche doing this, doing drawing. And I did one, and I want to say that this guy was a drug dealer in the city of Burbank. And I'm going to tell you, they couldn't keep his property under control for 25 years. In the end, I came in on that red tag with Danny Way. Danny Way was the
Let's get to the point real quickly, because I got to go over there. So 30 seconds.
And Danny Way and I were able to negotiate, and all fines were waived. Everything was waived, just like they have the power to do here at
Okay, so that's your point. So in other words, they have the power.
They have the power to let all of the fines go. They have the power to negotiate. And what I've offered them, and I've offered every city council member the opportunity to negotiate with Tinhorn Flats, to negotiate this open, not to fine it back open. That's not the way to do it. We're Americans. Let's be free.
And what's your name again?
My name is Red Tag Ross Cannell.
Red Tag Rock. That's a great name,
my
but
tag. I've been in it for 12 years, so I've been doing it for 12 years. I came here. I love this place. I used to come here a while ago. You know, with the shutdown, no one comes here.
Yeah, of course.
But we're back, and we're back to support them until they are open. And thank you, and thank Trump. Trump supporters come out here because we believe in freedom, and this is tyranny. This is tyranny at its finest.
Yeah, there's a lot of Trump supporters out here, and there's a lot of people that are indifferent too. They just want the pro-business. All right, Red Tag, I like that. Red Tag Roskinell. You never know. Hey, I got to be honest with you, folks. Sometimes you walk into an interview, you have no idea what you're about to hear. So just bear with us here. Let's see if we got. All right, hang on a second. Let's go. Let's run across. All right, we're gonna cross back over to this side and talk to all these wonderful people down here that love this country, right? Yes. Yes. They love this country. Right side is here. All right. Right side is the best side. All right, so we're down here. All right, so you guys have seen here, we got the boat parade going on. Okay, let's talk about, like, what are you hearing of people coming up? The good turnout so far. I know that, you know.
Yeah, more coming. More coming. It's starting to snowball. It's happening. Thank you, Mike Lindell. We love you, and we love your mattress toppers. We got them stacked in high. More. Princess and the Pea.
There you go. We might actually want to put mattress toppers on this ground. We can just sleep out here and have a 24-hour-a-day rally here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's talk about Mike Lindell for a second, because he's a patriot, man.
I love Mike Lindell. I love you so much. You give me goosebumps when you talk about how God has changed your life and your stories about how God's intervened. I love you. You're a massive patriot. Did you know I gave Mike the Magnificent Award? I gave President Trump a year ago on President's Day. I made a cutout of him for his yard that said, "You're the most magnificent president I've ever had in my lifetime," right? Sent it to him. Then I got an epiphany after I saw Mike, and I'm going, I'm making a Magnificent Award for Mike Lindell because it's for people that make America great again, that aren't afraid of standing alone, which I feel Mike has. Not only has Mike stood alone, but he's put his money where his mouth is. He's got the word out, and any friend of Trump's is a friend of mine. I love that man, and I love Lynn Wood. The two of them, oh my gosh.
And let's talk about, we were just spending the last couple of days talking about Frank, his new social media website that's launched. I know that they had some limitations initially when they first launched it, but that's going to be huge. It's going to give people the ability to...
Doesn't he already have $2 billion on his...
I don't remember the total, but it was gigantic.
Yeah, I was struggling all week to get on it, I have to tell you. But
because everybody in the world was getting on it, that's why.
Well, that's probably why, huh?
Because they were showing something... They were showing a film on there. That's all I'm going to say on that. So anyway, so we're glad you're here. Hey, if you live in the area, come by here, because this is really a kind of a great day to celebrate freedom and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like across the street. And all the people have gathered here for all kinds of reasons, man. There are people that don't even live remotely in this area. There's people who live, down the streets, but they all support what these guys are trying to do here, which is basically just get open again, just reopen. And if you own a small business, you understand the struggles of a small business. You've got taxes, you've got all the regulations, you've got, in this case, you have the government standing in your way to do business. Now, granted, we were all hit with the lockdown and the closure of businesses, but it's time to reopen them and get things started again. And this is all they want here. And we heard the red tag guy say earlier that there are some ways that they can get this thing reopened and not have to pay that $60,000 plus, I think, kind of fine that was assessed to them. So there's ways that they can get that opened up and do that. There is we talked earlier about the Gavin Newsom. There is of course, the recall effort was successful. They got the necessary signatures that they need to move forward with that. We're about 4 weeks away from really that kind of finalizing, and then it looks like the election will be off in late October, early November. And there's over 100 candidates right now that have already applied to run for governor for the state of California. We talked to one lady earlier that she's on the ballot. Of course, Caitlyn Jenner just announced yesterday that she's going to run for governor here in the state of California under Republican, which I knew early on. You heard years ago, I think during the 2016 election, that Caitlyn Jenner, at that time Bruce Jenner, was a conservative, was a Republican. So it's amazing that now that Bruce has gone through that transformation and has become Caitlyn Jenner, and that was accepted. But it's going to be interesting to see if the state of California and the people accept Caitlyn now as she's running under the Republican umbrella for governor. So we'll see if they support her now like they did during the transition from male to female. I had to think about that for a second, but we support. I reached out to Caitlyn Jenner and her press team. I'd love to have a sit down with her and talk about her agenda and what she has plans for the state of California. So if they're watching us right now, please, we'd love to sit down with you and talk about that, because I think just from what I've seen on social media and what I've read, you got a pretty good chance to make a dent in this election. A lot of people support you, and of course, as long as you're pro-America, I think anybody will support you as long as you stand up for America first. But anyway, we step aside again. There it is. A lot of traffic here. The traffic has picked up quite a bit. Earlier we were out here, and you could walk across the street a little easier than you can right now. Right now it's a little hectic. Let's turn around here if you could, Gage. Just go take a look at these signs one more time. As yes, sir.
I just want to say thank you for coming out here.
Yeah,
because,
thank you.
I've
seen you before I think at the recall. I've seen you out and about.
Yeah, I cover all the rallies in California.
Oh, nice.
And I've seen you guys out in DC. I see you guys everywhere.
I've seen you. Yeah.
My wife watches you guys all the time.
Wonderful. And what brings? I mean, obviously you're covering it for your platform.
I've been covering it for the past 5 years. The whole Trump movement, covering all these different events, and then slowly but surely my accounts get deleted. They deleted my YouTube channel. They deleted our other channels.
Right.
Now we're stuck on Instagram.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen in this governor and the recall efforts? With Gavin Newsom.
Well, there's all this stuff about Major, these issues with Major, but I don't know.
And what about Caitlyn Jenner? I was just talking about her.
Okay, Caitlyn Jenner, I don't think they're going to get on board at all. Okay. I really don't. Okay. I think a lot of Republicans, the Christian values and stuff like that, I think Caitlyn's not what they would be looking for. Okay. So we're hoping that Sarah Stevens might pull through. We don't know. Okay. So everything's good.
What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it looks like they got a bunch of lawyers involved right now. They're going to keep protesting, and eventually the fence will probably come down, but it's going to be a while. But he's going to start a food truck, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there he goes. Liberty Burgers, I think is what he has on there.
He's going to need something.
Which, by the way, since Biden wants to take away the beef and restrict people to one hamburger a week or whatever, so why not?
Yeah, 4 pounds a year. It's unbelievable.
So why don't you, next time you have a burger, just throw an extra patty on there?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so let's talk about living in the state of California. I mean, I lived here early on, late 90s and early 2000s, mid 2000s. Great state, lived down in Orange County. Very different scene than it is now than it was even 20 years ago.
You got the homeless is really growing in the past 10 years. I've been here for 10 years. The taxes are insane. And just because of that, I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm going to the East Coast. I'm getting out of here. It's really sad to see an awesome state. You got the best weather. It's really sad. Everything's just going to crap.
I think it's amazing that just blocks behind us, that direction, east or west rather, is where all the studios are headquartered at. Yep. And you have a lot of influence coming out of this area that really makes it into the pop culture.
Hollywood is horrible right now. Like just doing a project, you got like these COVID tests. Right. You got to get a COVID test before you're fitting. You got to get another COVID test.
Which, by the way, Mike Lindell's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel. And yes. I don't know the day, Wednesday. Okay, I didn't know if it was public, but Wednesday. Yeah. So he was telling me that they got to do the COVID test before they go on, just like you got to go do COVID tests for a lot of stuff.
What do you think about that, Jimmy Kimmel?
I think it's great. I
think Jimmy Kimmel's going to try to.
Well, see, I think there's probably going to be a little bit of restrictions on what he can say, but I will say this: I think it gives Mike Lindell a platform to get in front of a different audience to tell his story, and maybe persuade some people.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. Well, I think what his whole efforts with Frank's speech and everything is great. But I think the bigger news is the AZ, the Arizona, the recount there.
Yeah.
Don't you think that is going to do a trickle effect if it flips?
I think that is. I got to be careful what I say here,
Okay,
but you know that. But there's a lot going on in Arizona. I'll just say that there's a lot going. No, and it's all Senate approved. It's like it's all news.
Right.
It's just like news you don't necessarily see everywhere else. You might see news here though. But anyway, no, I'm gonna get you on that. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay.
All right, so
Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being
tell your
here.
wife thanks for watching.
Yeah, she's here. Hey, baby.
Oh, there she is. He'll be home later. I don't know. Anyway, it's great. Yep, or maybe later. There's a lot of good restaurants down the street.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. And as always, you can just go to our website and get more information. For programming notes, we are going down to the border on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's a press conference on Wednesday at about noon Central Time there in McAllen, Mission area. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and others will, Ken Paxton, Lieutenant Governor, Attorney General Ken Paxton, thank you. Well, we'll be there on the 28th press conference. We'll talk about some border issues. Alexandra Lanes will join me as well. Look her up, Living Life Like Alex, Living Like Alex on Instagram. I'll tag her here. She'll be with me on this trip to kind of go through the journey. Her dad is an immigrant from South Africa, and they're going to share some stories of how he came over and through the legal process, and really how nowadays the immigration process is much different. And there's a lot of animosity between people who traveled over here legally versus people who have come over illegally. So that is on Wednesday at noon. Attorney General Ken Paxton joining me for that. Let's walk over here to these colorful little cartoon characters over here, and I got to be careful because there's a little bit of language on some of them, and I want to make sure I don't get in any trouble. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Yeah, Brian. Nice to meet you, Nick. What brings you out here today?
Support a business that's being locked. They've been open this entire time, and it looks like the city council is actually targeting a certain business because it did not comply. So we're here to show support for businesses that open up, stay open in the mix of a virus that has a 99% survival rate.
So what would you do if that was your business? I mean, it's kind of like, I'd want people to support me too.
Yeah, I would want to keep my business open. I would hope people would want to support me because, again, this is America and every business is essential. And to be honest with you, small businesses have the capacity to actually stay safe, sanitary, more than a Walmart. So
I actually think restaurants now are more sanitary than ever. I mean, we had hairnets before. Now we got everything, and it's never been cleaner.
Hand sanitizers and every single dispensary, they take all the precautions. And Walmarts and Targets, they're not going to take the same safety precautions from the city that they can from a small local business. So of course,
yeah. So go support these guys across the street. I would love. I heard they got good food. I hadn't had any yet, but hey, I hope I can. Let's turn around and go take a look at some of these cartoons back here. This is amazing. I mean, it's kind of somebody got really creative back over here doing these. I believe Tom is his name. But anyway, so this is some of the things that they post up here just about every weekend. A lot of these kind of satirical based illustrations of politicians are here. We've got Eric Garcetti and kind of talking about backdoor deals with LADWP. You got, of course, Nancy Pelosi is represented here.
Do you know what Gascon's doing? No. He is the one that's letting murderers out of prison right now.
Okay.
All over LA.
For what reasons? Health reasons, or just letting them out?
He's just letting them out.
Okay. All right.
And we're trying to do a recall like we did Newsom, right? But the whole thing is the petition's not ready yet to get the signings going because I wanted to do a signing here. But anyways, the next thing in line is recalling Gascon. He's a crazy man.
Well, there's a lot of opinions here, and there's a lot of different variations of what people stand for and kind of what they, it's a different world right now. This is the newsman we talked about earlier. It's kind of a mockery of the fake news, Chinese fake news. It's very interesting. This gentleman has put, the mock satellite dishes on TV, and he's got the logos on the side. Just interesting stuff. Hey, we want to remind you that this is not possible without our good friends over at MyPillow. So right now, on this Saturday afternoon, go to the website, mypillow.com. That's mypillow.com, and put in the promo code RSBN at checkout and get up to 66% off your entire order. We've talked about those slippers. We've talked about those dog beds. We've talked about those Giza sheets. Just this morning when I left my house, got out of the shower about 3:50 in the morning, I used that MyPillow towel, and that absorbent towel. Go online and order right now. There is a way that we can fight all of this cancel culture, and it is with your wallet. Go on and shop, and it got Mother's Day coming up, so don't get behind the 8 ball there and forget about old mom. Go on right now, and they've got thousands and thousands of products on the store, on his MyPillow store right there on the website. Go click away for that. So they've got all kinds of stuff there. So go check it out for mom for this Mother's Day, and you save some money as well. And get this, portion of those proceeds goes right back here to Right Side Broadcasting to help us do what we're doing. We're all across this country. Liz has been in Florida the last 2 days with rallies. I'm here. I'm headed to Texas tomorrow, so we've got a lot of things developing. We've got some other outdoor content coming as well. We've got some other programs that kind of spin off political vibe. We've got some cooking shows coming up. We have a hunting and fishing show coming up. So we want to continue to bring this content, but we need your support. So please go to mypillow.com and shop away and put the promo code RSBN at checkout, and you'll get up to 66% off. All right, let's walk over here and we'll wrap it up here in a few minutes as we get ready to close out this broadcast. But we're glad you're joining us. And I don't know how often, Holly, that we can, if it's safe to say, it's wonderful. If someone is not able to come out today, is this something that's going to happen on the regular?
We're trying. We're trying every Saturday at 3 o'clock. Larry Elder, we're coming for you. You need to speak for
We had the great Dennis Prager come by. He did a drive-by last week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. No, Dennis, I love you, Dennis, and I thank you so much for standing up for Tinhorn Flats and what you did coming out here. Dennis is the voice of reason here in L.A., and we're so grateful. We asked him to come by again today, but, Saturday's the Sabbath, so that's a hard one to ask him.
I know, but he's had, I know Tucker and both Hannity has been talking about this, which is great. Yeah. You get the awareness on it. So if someone can make it today and they're in the area, come on down. You're always probably going to be here, right?
Yes, on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. Spread the word. We the people are taking a stand. We need you to know across the country. You start with your family first. Then you start with your city, then your town, then your county, then your state, and we'll make it move across the country. And you know what? Watch KirkCameron.com on 100 days of campfire. Go to his website, KirkCameron.com. God bless that man. He is speaking the word, and he's educating people on the American covenant, where the founding fathers made a covenant with God to save the country, and that's how come America has been so blessed, and we're calling for revival. So everyone,
don't you think we're going through a major revival right now?
Major revival, and it's exciting. It's chilling. God bless Mike Lindell, Linwood, General.
You love that Mike Lindell, don't you?
I love Mike Lindell. I'm serious. I love him, and I love the mattress toppers. I've got them stacked. We got 10. It's
interesting that I just was doing a promotional piece for him because I think it is important if people want to support if they like what they see of what he's doing. Just go buy something. Let's go buy it because
all my friends are. Everybody is. They're all buying the towels. They're all buying the pillows. I talked to one friend. That's what our joke was: is how many mattress toppers we were going to get. We're like Princess and the Pea. I thought it was a cool idea, so that's our goal.
We're talking to this guy right here. He's over here hanging out. Hey, you want to come over here and talk? Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Lucky Bisseri. I'm from Santa Monica, California.
There you go. What brings you out here today?
Fighting for freedom, for liberty. For our rights, because they are being infringed upon by Gavin Newsom and by Joe Biden, by the corrupt left.
I love the way he said that, by the way. He said that with so much confidence. Now, what got you into politics? Was there one thing that really kind of got you? Because I know, you could be home playing video games right now, or you're playing, riding your skateboard or something, but you're out here today doing this.
I could be, and I would be, but you know what? I decided I have to come out here. Trump's 2016 escalator ride really inspired me to get into politics, and since then I have been nothing but a freedom fighter. Freedom comes first. God,
go ahead, take the mic. Go ahead and preach to the
God, family, we need to stand up for our rights, for our freedom. Today is the day. Tonight is the night. There's no better opportunity than today. You know, I could have chosen to stay home and play video games like I have sometimes, but no, I decided to come out here like I've been trying to do. I went to Huntington Beach a few weekends ago. I went on the recall tour. I am truly fighting for freedom. I'm truly fighting for our rights because they're being infringed upon, and they're trying to take our guns, they're trying to take our liberties, and they're trying to take our freedom.
Can we get a round of applause for this guy? That's called a mic drop for you right there. I like that. Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 13 years old. I turned 13 a month ago.
You should run for like student body president or something in your school.
Believe me, I have.
Do they like you?
I mean, I won in 5th grade and 4th grade.
You're going to keep winning. I mean, hey, if you need a campaign manager, I can help you out on that.
All right.
There you go. I like to do. Yeah, it's good enough for me. My resume's about this long, but it's good enough for you. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, are you on social media at all?
I am.
How can somebody follow you?
You can follow me at
go
my.
ahead, do the microphone. Go ahead,
You can follow me at I Love Soldiers 123 on Instagram.
I Love Soldiers 123.
Yeah, no capitals.
Okay. I Love Soldiers 123.
Yes.
All right, there you go. See, I'm just gonna. Hey, we might have our correspondent right here. Hey, Joe, back in the office. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll get all the information. We'll go ahead and put you on the payroll because I think, yeah, it's good. Let me show the shirt. That's 1776 Forever Free. That's right. Dr. Cordy Williams, right?
Cordy Williams, yeah.
Hashtag Megaphone Marine. Hashtag, yeah.
I met him in Santa Monica, and he was one of my inspirations.
Okay, here you go. Take the microphone.
This guy, Cordy Williams, he was one of my inspirations to start being an active freedom fighter. I met him in Santa Monica, and then I decided to follow the recall to Ventura, Bakersfield, San Francisco, Sacramento. I spoke at most of those, actually, because, you know, nothing better than freedom.
There you go. Man, what else? What else can we ask them? What's your favorite thing to eat?
A nice freedom burger. How about that?
Dang, he's a freedom burger. He's full. He's both feet in on this thing. His diet.
Freedom ribeye.
Freedom ribeye. How about a good old pizza?
I mean, yeah, pizza's good.
So anything with freedom, food, you'll take.
Yeah. We need freedom now more than ever.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, favorite thing that Donald Trump did was what? Did you like any of his speeches or anything like that?
So many things I can't even name. 2017 tax and jobs cut, platinum plan, and so his opportunity zones across the board. You know, my dad's is an immigrant himself, and his business boomed during the 4 years Trump was in office. It's, you know, because of Donald Trump that I am standing here today, that I am feeling like myself, and I am feeling proud to be an American. He has done so much good. He built the wall he started.
Yeah.
It is keeping Americans safer, and it is bringing in the people who truly want to be Americans, and it's leaving out the gang members. And that is what we need. We need to finish building that wall. We need to finish.
I think you should go down there and help build that wall.
Yeah.
You got grandma now.
I think you could do that.
I mean, someone's got to. We all know Sleepy Joe won't.
Oh, man, what else are we going to be? I wish we could just open up a question chat with you right now. Okay, let's just say this. Let's talk about child trafficking. What's your stance on that?
It is a travesty. It is abhorrent, and it needs to stop. Okay. You know, because especially smugglers on the border, they're using children to transport drugs, and they're prioritizing the drugs over the children's lives and the money over the children's lives. I don't know if you saw, but there was a video of 2 kids being dropped over the wall.
Horrible, right?
Yeah, it is disgusting. Those are 2- and 3-year-olds. God forbid they're stuck out there in the desert with no Border Patrol agents around, so they die.
Yeah, could you imagine being a 13-year-old kid trekking through the desert, going across all these gang members like you were saying, and going through and not eating for days, not drinking water for days?
Then there's dangerous wildlife in those deserts. There's snakes. There's all this stuff. There's so many different things, and they just drop them. Oh, here's my money. I don't care. It's sad. It needs to end, and the only way we will do that is by voting for true patriots, for true conservatives, true people like Donald Trump who care for this country.
There you go. He's going to run for a political office one day. Just say, and I want to document this right now that we had the first interview with you. He's so far advanced. All right. So let me ask you one last question. If there's a 13-year-old kid watching this right now, what's your message to them to get involved, and tell them how easy it is to get involved in what's going on in the world?
Well, what I did is I just followed I follow these people around until I was able to get up there, and I fight with them, and that's what you have to do. You know, if any 13-year-olds are watching this, first of all, thank God that you're here instead of on video games right now, doing something meaningful, or well, you know, So what I would recommend to you is go out, get involved, start searching for rallies near you. Try to find people on social media, because I mean, social media, there's a lot of censorship out there, but there's also a lot of good people out there. And you know, there's a rally probably near you.
Yeah, there's a rally coming. Your rally's coming near them. That's what's going on. Your rally's coming near them. Thank you so much. Fist bump on that. God bless, man. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. A little bit more people. Let's see if we can get around the corner here. A few more people have shown up since we first got on the air here, and we didn't know exactly what to expect when we first got here. We were told a couple hundred people would be out here, but now I could see it. And of course, across the street is the focal point of all of this, Tinhorn Flat Saloon. That's the restaurant we've been talking about. That's the restaurant that's been shut down. That's the restaurant that is battling all of this. But that's also the restaurant that people are out here supporting. And you know, we don't really get a lot of kickback. We have seen some cars drive by with some, you know, colorful words coming out. We have seen that. But overall, it's been very, very positive, and people are very, very supportive of what's going on. And, you know, politics aside, this really is about just staying open. I mean, put yourself in their shoes. If you had a small business, what it would be like right now to close down and potentially lay off all of your employees, not be able to pay their bills. And of course, everyone has struggled with the lockdowns this past year, but for this to continue, I just don't understand it. It's just beyond me. And like, we've had a bunch of, you know, the solutions to this. There's ways that we can resolve this conflict that's going on right now. There's peaceful ways that we can do it. There's peaceful ways we're doing it right now. But anyway, we're glad that you're here. All right, let's see if we can drive. We'll walk around a little bit further this way, get you an idea. I want to be very, very careful because obviously we got cars. I want to talk to you guys because you guys were out here in the I think you guys are the first two people here.
5 years ago, before you were with the right side.
Yeah, there you go. What do you think about the turnout today?
Very encouraged. We've been here maybe for the last, well, actually since January, we've been supporting Lucas. And each weekend, more and more people have been showing up. And that's saying a lot for this area because of the bubble that we live in.
Yeah, it's a bubble.
So I'm very...
I just hope that something comes out of this, though, because it looks like it's really a political standoff between the city and him.
It's beyond, it's not the city. It started out that way. It started out that way with Tinhorn Flats, but it's gone way beyond that now. Now we know what it's about. You know what it's about. We know
total lockdown. Yep.
It's about an election steal.
Hey, those are words I can't. And so yeah, it's that's true. Thank you though. You know what I'm talking. All right, let's go over here. Yeah, there's certain things we just can't say on the internet. That's all. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go over here, and let's see if we can get. Where's Diane? What's that? Oh, is it upside down?
Yeah,
oh,
it's not upside down. There you go.
There you go. So, what's your thoughts on that young man that we just heard from?
Oh my gosh, he is so great, isn't he? He's amazing. I mean, if the kids would all be like him, we probably would get out of the mess we're in.
That's our generation coming up, and I don't know who his parents are, but my goodness.
His dad's here, but he couldn't find him. I asked because I wanted to congratulate his dad for raising such a fine young boy.
Tell he spends a lot of time listening and reading about politics, which is great. So, yeah, I just was blown away.
I know, it was great, and you're great too. So
we appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate viewers, supporting us because we are viewer supported.
By the way, I have about.
Are you about to rattle off all of the MyPillow products you have?
And I use RSBN as my code to get my discounts.
Of course she does.
I have the bed topper. I have the mini pillows. I have the big pillows. I have the sheets. Everything. All in all. RSBN, right?
There you go. RSBN at checkout. Get up to 66% off. 66% off. And Mother's Day is coming up. So nothing says I love you, Mom, than a MyPillow. Let's just be honest.
I bought too many, though. I got to stop for a while.
It's okay. You can take a little break.
discount.
There you go. I like that. Let's talk to you. You got a nice little sign out here. Enough's enough. Resist Burbank's tyranny. Enough is enough, right?
Enough. How do they have the right to shut down someone's business? Why and how?
Think anybody from Burbank is watching us right now?
Probably not a lot. Probably not a lot.
I don't know what they're doing on this today, but
It wasn't like this 30 years ago.
It wasn't, was it?
No.
Are you local? You've been here?
Yeah. But soon to be leaving California. Really? Oh yeah. Socialism, the politics.
You know a lot of people that are in the plans of leaving the state?
Yes, I do.
Where are they going?
My family went to Arkansas.
Beautiful state.
Yep, they went to Arkansas.
Anybody going to Texas?
Mississippi. I already have a ton of friends in Texas and Florida.
You're welcome to Texas. I'm gonna give you a hug. I live in Texas. You're welcome to come to Texas if you want
Thank
to.
you so much.
But what's that? Dallas area.
Oh, okay. That's where my friends live.
That's where you're from. Okay, let me. Okay. All right. So, what is the reason why they're leaving? Is this the social? Is it taxes?
It's taxes. The gas prices. Are you kidding me?
By the way,
52 cents a gallon on tax.
52 cents a gallon on tax alone. By the way, gas is about $4 a gallon here. $3.99, $3.98, depending on where you go. Here in California,
$1 a gallon.
In tax.
Yes.
$1 a gallon. It is horrible.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, there's a tax on everything.
It's not called wood tax. It's called lumber supply something. It's, they disguise these things,
And then, by the way, if the new tax plan that Biden's proposing, if it goes through, California with 56.7% tax rate. So think about this, young kids. For every dollar you make, you're giving 57 cents to the government before you even take anything home.
I'm a real estate agent. I'm not doing a plug here, but I'm just telling you that everybody that I'm selling their house for is moving out of state. But people are still buying here, so.
People are still buying it. I don't know who's can afford to buy here.
It's unaffordable living. It's unaffordable. I work 2 jobs.
The
5 days a week. Never had a
the bus driver that I had at LAX, we were talking about, the economy. He said he just put his house on the market for $512,000. That is a $500,000 home. And I asked him where he lived, and he told me. And it's literally in an area that I would not think would a $500,000 home would exist. How does he afford to buy that?
I mean, I don't know where it's coming from, honestly. I
don't know. Anyway, we are glad. So, it is a beautiful state. I lived down in Newport Beach for a while, and it was beautiful. I loved it, but
It is a beautiful state. It's got natural beauty. Where can you go from the sand to the snow? It is beautiful, but something has to be done here. It's ridiculous.
Here's a car. Let's get a shot of that right there. Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Is that a Lincoln Continental? Look how beautiful that is. Look at the license plate there. R.I.P. JFK. Rest in peace, JFK. Wow. I just want to sit here and admire this car for a second. It's beautiful. Wow.
Are you going to Arizona?
I am not going to Arizona as I know right now. Yeah, I know. It's great. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Anyway, there's a group of people. Oh, it's pulling up right there. A group of people across the street popped up as well. This is kind of like, patriots want to come out here and support the business, support freedom, opening it up. And that's why we're here, guys. That's exactly why we're here. We're here because we want to spread freedom and liberty and equality for all and opportunity. And that's what Right Side is all about. As we wrap up our broadcast here, I just want to encourage everyone to go to all of our social media pages, like us, subscribe to our videos, share our content. It's very important that we get the message out of what we're doing. Programming note, this week we will be at the border. Monday is a Club 45 meeting there in West Palm Beach. Liz Willis and I believe Liz and Grace are going to do that broadcast. We are so excited to have them there. General Flynn is scheduled to speak there as well. That is on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I am with Ken Paxton, Attorney General from Texas. We are down on the southern border. along the McAllen, Mission, Texas area for a press conference there. I'm going out with Alexandra Lanes Monday and Tuesday to gather some content so we can show you guys what's going on there along the southern border. Perhaps we're going to tour the river, the Rio Grande River. We got that scheduled too, to show some areas where people could be coming over. So a lot coming up in the next few days. So we certainly appreciate your support. And as always, go to our website, rspnetwork.com/donate, rspnetwork.com/donate. Donate what you can. Just donate what you can. We're trying to battle just like everyone else right now. We can't do the things the big media can do. We don't have crews of 50 people traveling the country on every story. We don't have those resources, but we do the most at what we have right now. So you can help us do that by going to the website and donating whatever you can. And while you're at it, you can go donate over at mypillow.com. We can't say that enough. Mike Lindell is such a great patriot out to the station. We appreciate when you buy something there at mypillow.com. It goes back to help us here. Well, as we wrap it up, guys, thank you so much for having us. God bless you guys. We appreciate it. USA! 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 Until next time, guys, goodbye. God bless from Burbank, California.
Thanks for what you do, man.
Thanks